Hey everybody! Thank you for tuning back in with Cooking with Auntie Dom. Tonight we're going to be making some salmon Krabby Patties. This is definitely one of the most requested recipes on my social media. So we're going to get right into it because I am hungry and so is my little crew. So as you can see before you, I have some red and white onion. The recipe calls for a medium-sized onion. I only had a small red onion, so I just went ahead and took a piece of a white onion that I had. Also, I used some orange bell pepper. You can use any kind of bell pepper you would like, whether it be red, yellow, green, definitely the color. So if you're looking for a really quick meal for dinner or even breakfast, this is definitely your go-to. So I use bumblebee pink salmon and I have bumblebee pink crab meat. Uh, can you use another brand? Absolutely. I like bumblebee because, there's just a lot of flavor there and they were on sale. So you go by what your pockets can definitely adjust to. Salmon can be extremely expensive. So, if you find another brand on sale and you just have to heighten, the seasoning and, do some extra stuff to it, then that's what you do to make sure that your salmon is really tasty. Okay, so eventually I'll have a tripod and really be able to set the camera up so you can really see each step as I go through. But as you can see, when the salmon comes out, it has this sort of like black skin on it. And then if you look over here in this area, it has like this bone. So you want to remove that. Like you want to remove the bones. You don't want to make your patties with those bones in it. And you want to get as much of this black skin off as possible. Okay. So that's definitely a step that you don't want to miss with making your salmon Krabby Patties, or even if you're just making regular salmon cakes or salmon patties. All right, so seasoning is our next step. And I fully believe that seasoning does not just mean salt. You can definitely put a lot of different flavors in your food without necessarily using salt, although we are going to use a salt product today. So we have some ground black pepper, we have some parsley flakes. You can definitely use fresh parsley, which I like to use a lot of, but I don't have any today. We're going to also put some garlic powder, adobo. Some of you may like Lorry seasoning. Some of you even may want to just go ahead and just use regular sea salt. I think sea salt has its place, but I particularly like adobo in this recipe. I have some chopped onion, although we do have fresh onion, and then the Old Bay. Okay, so now we're getting ready to get busy. We're getting ready to mix up our salmon. As you can see, I seasoned it. You season it to taste. I'm not going to tell you to put a tablespoon of this and a teaspoon of that. You season to your taste buds and to your liking. I have 2 eggs added here. I have about 2 teaspoons of mayo and a half a teaspoon of brown spicy mustard. If I was just making regular salmon patties, I would not add the mustard. However, because I did add some crab meat in there, mustard does something to crab meat that really heightens its flavor. So we're going to go ahead and get this mixed up. I have a spoon here, and we are almost ready to patty these things up and let's eat. Okay, so what most people don't know, and it sort of surprises them when I tell them, I don't use flour in my salmon cakes, or salmon patties, salmon croquettes, whatever you want to call them. I use breadcrumbs. I find that the breadcrumbs does not give you that gummy sort of consistency in your salmon cakes, makes it nice and crispy, but it's not a lot of filler inside. So as you can see, I had some seasoned breadcrumbs that I added to this mix. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that in. Okay. So you can see all of the red onions, all of that good seasoning we have, the parsley. some oldbay. Okay. So it's moving around a bit. Okay, so I went ahead and added just a little bit more breadcrumbs to it. And you want to get it to where, okay. Now my hands are clean, clean, clean. We cook with clean hands. But in order for you to get a patty, you want to, this is the kind of consistency that you want your patty to be. Or your mixture to be. So that it can form and give you a nice patty. Not a lot of filler, just enough to come together and to go ahead and pan fry. All right, so as you can see, I have my cast iron pan going, and we are frying fish, so you want that grease to be nice and hot when you add those patties to it. So we're going to do 5 patties at a time. We're going to let it get nice and golden brown on one side, and then go ahead and flip it over. So we went ahead and flipped them over. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown. Nice and golden brown. So you might want to know, when do you know it's time for you to go ahead and flip over your cakes? You just want to see here. You can sort of see through the grease that it's brown. I'm going to go in. Flip that bad boy over. And just like regular fried fish, you know, you don't want these things to be light skinned. You want them to have some color to them. That lets you know that they're nice and crispy and cooked all the way through. Now here's a tip. Because these salmon cakes, they have so much moisture, it causes the oil to sort of bubble up after maybe the second or third batch. So what you want to make sure is that when you start off, you don't start off with your oil all the way up to the top. Because if you start off with your oil up here and it begins to bubble like it is now, that oil is going to then topple over onto your stove. So that's not something you want, because it is a safety hazard, as well as who wants to be cleaning up a greasy stove. So definitely remember, you just want just enough oil in your pan to do a shallow kind of fry. Okay, so listen, this is how it is going down. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it is going down. Yes, baby. Okay. This is how it's going down. As you notice, you hear the babies, the crew in the background, they are eating. And do you guys enjoy the food? Mm-hmm. How's the fish? Good. Tastes like salmon and crabs? Yeah. All right. So as you can see, my dinner, I have some corn on the cob. I'm watching my salt intake. So I just have some black pepper and some parsley flakes, a little piece of butter on that corn. I roasted some potatoes. This is some purple potatoes and regular tiny Yukon gold potatoes. And then I have my salmon Crabby Patties. Yes, baby? Okay, you finished? No, don't put it there. Okay. Now, thank you again for watching Cooking with Auntie Dom. Here is a finished product of one of our salmon Crabby patties. I'm going to cut into it real quick so you can see. Ooh, all of that extra goodness. If you would like to see more videos and recipes like this one, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. Let's build this channel, because I'm telling you that there's definitely more where this came from. Let's cook.